What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. I do hope you are doing well. Thank you as ever for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. On the screen, you'll see all of my socials, so if you can just make sure that you're giving those a follow for me. So for the YouTube side of stuff, just make sure that you subscribe, make sure that your notifications are turned on, you're commenting, you're liking, you're hyping, all of that good stuff. That would be greatly appreciated. You can see in the top right-hand corner, there is the link to my socials on the podcasting sites, on Apple and also on Spotify as well. Again, apologies, this is brand new. We've got I'm floating around with new graphics and stuff at the moment, feeling positive, so I'm liking what we've got. Hopefully you'll like that. You can see it down bottom right hand corner down here, maintaining with the two peacocks, the Yorkshire Rose, the TLT, and just podcast side of stuff that goes on there as well. So I'm happy with how this has turned out. Hopefully you like it as well. So today's video is just a bit of a touch on, since we are pretty much safe now in terms of where we are in the league and what we're doing and what we've done, and because of the way results have gone for us so far this weekend, with West Ham losing 3-0 to Brentford, and then also we've got Tottenham against Aston Villa today. It could mean that we could end up having to go to Tottenham only having to get a point to mathematically secure our survival. I mean, we could even technically be there and home and hosed without even having to kick a ball on before we go to play Tottenham, which is incredible to think in terms of the way that we were, where we were, and how we kind of feel, or how we felt in terms of how the club was going, the direction it was going in, all of that kind of good stuff. So there's a couple of things that I just wanted to touch on at this sort of moment in time in terms of how we've managed to sort of turn our season around, how we're looking better than what we thought we could do, how we seem to be finishing as strongly as what we have done. And it is a really, really interesting thing to see how fate, if you want to call it that, or a decision made at a particular game, how that has really helped change the course of our season as a whole. I think it's important to note this, that if you actually look at the table since we went to the quote-unquote 5 at the back, and thank you to Conor McGilligan for pointing this out this morning, because I think it's really important to talk about, we actually sit 7th in the table in terms of our position. Since that change in formation, we've picked up an additional 32 points. So we've played 23 games. We have won 7, drawn 11, lost 5 since that game. Goal-wise, we've got a +6 goal difference, so 36 scored, 30 conceded. And like I said, points overall, that makes us sitting on 32 points. That makes us sitting 7th in the league overall. Now, interestingly, if you look at our competitors, if you like, for the relegation side of things, Tottenham sitting 18th since that's happened, West Ham sitting 16th since that's happened, and Nottingham Forest are sat in 12th. Interestingly, Nottingham Forest over the last 5 games are the only team that have matched our results in terms of winning 3 and drawing 2, which is what we've done over the last 5 games. But it's just interesting to see how little differences and little changes and making us less obvious have really, really helped us as a team move forward. And I'm going to say this, some people might disagree with me, which is absolutely fine, and they can. What Farke has actually managed to do is actually really, really good and should be commended since making that change. Has he been frustrating at times? Yes, of course he has. Has he played what we would term to be his favourites every now and then? Yep, he has a little bit. However, with that being said, it's important that not only the players get credit, because these players have absolutely morphed into this squad, and something that I've gone on about is an identity, is a team that we can get behind, a team that we can really support, a team that we can really enjoy, and a team that we feel that represents us as fans, that represents the city, but also represents the badge that they wear on the shirt as well, and they all do that. I've been doing CapCut edits all weekend of Noah Okafor, who I absolutely love, and what a signing he's turned out to be. 8 goals he scored this season. Amazing. He's probably played more football this season than he's played in the last 2 or 3 years, and he's just been brilliant. He's been the difference maker, which has been really, really good. Anton Stach, who we signed as a defensive midfielder, has proved that he is 4 levels above everybody else. And he's shoo-in for me for player of the season, just in terms of how well he's actually played and what he's done this season. Scored more goals than he's ever scored before. Just creating, just the fact that he's so good at what he does. He's deceptively quick, he's strong, he's long, he's languid with his limbs, so he can get past you and make it awkward to get the ball back off of him. DCL, a free signing. 13 goals he's scored this season, and he's a free signing. He's shoo-in again. He's in the conversation again to be back on the plane going to the World Cup, which is brilliant for him. I mean, how good is that for him? He's come into a relegation, quote-unquote, threatened team, and he's done the business. He's scored goals. Yeah, he'll say it himself. He should have been more clinical at times in front of goal. He could probably be close to 18 goals by now, but he isn't. That's just the way that it is. It's the way that the cookie crumbles at times. You look at Mecha, 6 goals he scored this season. What a signing he's been. Gabby Goodmanson, what a phenomenal signing Gabby Goodmanson has been. The signings that we've made this season to help us kind of maintain Premier League status have been absolutely incredible. And for me, the little bits that we need to add here and there should now naturally take us to the next level. Because the interesting thing when you look at it more than anything is that we're underperforming what our points tally should be overall. We're a better side than what our position suggests. The underlying metrics, as Jesse Marsh likes to say, would actually have us in 9th position overall this season had we done everything that we needed to do, performed the way that we needed to perform, and done all of those bits and pieces correctly. We'd be sat in and around about 9th this season. But we're not. We are where we are because we're a newly promoted team. But how good was it to go 14th? How amazing would it have been had we got that additional goal and managed to go 13th and not conceded? Just psychologically what that does for everybody. It was very much a carnival atmosphere around Ellen Road on Friday night. Just there was very much an acknowledgement of the FA Cup, definitely. You could feel that amongst all of the fans. There was definitely an acknowledgement of what these players have done. There was a lot of shouting for Daniel Farke as well. A lot of shouting for Daniel Farke. His name was getting sung loud and proud by everybody because he's achieved what he's supposed to set out to have done. And this is what we wanted for him and what we wanted for the club. It's a great thing, and it should be celebrated. Basically, especially when you look at it, you know, in the league, we're 5 points off Chelsea, who have spent £2 billion on a squad, and we've taken 4 points off of them this season. Not going to say anything else about that, but it's interesting the way things work out and the way that, you know, when you look at the league as a whole and where we are, we can be very, very proud of what we have achieved so far this season. Very, very proud. More so because we've got a group of players. We love a 3-1, by the way. We've got a group of players who just get it, and that's all we want as supporters. It's we want a group of players who get it and who understand what it is to be a Leeds United player, and that's brilliant. And the one thing that I did want to touch on in particular, and I'll bring it up on screen now, is just our recent form stats when you look at them. So since we lost at Sunderland, we've played Crystal Palace, Brentford, West Ham was the FA Cup, we've played Scum, we've played Wolves, we've played Bournemouth, and we've played Burnley. That's the FA Cup with Chelsea, so that doesn't count. So since Sunderland, out of a possible 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, out of a possible 18 points available since Sunderland, we have picked up 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 11. We've picked up 11 points from 18 since we lost to Sunderland. That is really, really, really good for, and it's important form. massively important form. But more so after the international break, which is something we generally tend to struggle with on a regular basis, is that we've picked up 10 points from a possible 12. Beat Scum, 3. Beat Wolves, 6. Draw with Bournemouth, 7. Beat Burnley, 10. We've picked up 10 points from a possible 12. At the key point in the season where we've needed to stand up and be counted, where these players have needed to go, we're not getting relegated, we need to do what we need to do. They have, for me, absolutely, unequivocally stepped up to the mark. You know, nobody expected us to get anything at Scum. I felt that we could do something in terms of maybe getting a draw, purely off of the basis that they hadn't played for nearly 30 days, but to come away with a win was incredible. But then I always say you've got to back that up with the next result, which was the 3 points against Wolves, which we did. We then get the really, really interesting draw against Bournemouth, where we do the exact reverse to what they did to us. Fantastic. And then Burnley was a walk in the park, realistically. We didn't really get out of second gear, pretty much. And we're now sitting in a position where it pretty much looks like the safe. Opta have said it. There's, no team has been relegated on 43 points. No team has been relegated on 43 points. It's just going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season goes. And it's interesting, Farke's comments at the end of the game going, the job's not done yet. The 43 points is a magnificent achievement, but the job isn't done yet. I want to go and get the other 9 points. So he wants to win the next 3 games. Could you imagine if we get those 9 points and we end up on 52? 52 would be an incredible season. I mean, there's still a world where we can finish 6th, I think. It won't happen. Obviously, it won't happen because it means that loads of people have to lose games. But there's still a world that we can finish 6th, which is just absolutely nutty for me. Just absolutely nutty for me. I just wanted to point out just how the form or the consistency of us not losing has really, really, really helped us out in this end. And we've gotten points where we wouldn't have thought that we've gotten points, which has helped with sort of the negativity of losing certain games and stuff. But, what a fantastic so far end to the season. We're nearly there. We're pretty much safe. We're safe. I think we're safe. We're nearly there. So I think it'd be funny if we went and beat Spurs as well. That would be quite funny, but it is what it is. That's going to do it for this one. I just wanted to have a little chat. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please don't forget to click the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Turn your notifications on. Make sure that everything else is being done. So commenting, hyping, all of that good stuff. If you're listening on the audio version of this, just make sure that you're liking the audio for me as well. I would really, really appreciate that. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take it easy. Cheers.